Good afternoon and welcome to Smiths Station High School, where the Smiths Station Panthers softball team is getting ready to take on Lee Scott Academy here in their final home game of the season. The season has not gone as planned for either team, but they are playing today for bragging rights. They are playing for that final win-loss record. And for today, for 5 young ladies from Smiths Station, today is their final home game on their home field here in Smiths Station. So we've got Senior Day festivities to kick us off. Once the teams finish warming up, they will begin those ceremonies. We will carry those live and do our best to get the audio that will be said by the PA announcer and the players describing their time here at Smiths Station. So buckle up, sit back, grab a cold drink, some popcorn, and get ready for high school softball live from Smiths Station, Alabama. It's turned out to be a beautiful day after some heavy rain yesterday and this morning in the area. The coaches, I overheard during pregame as I was setting up, worked their tails off to get this field in shape, ready to play this final home game of the 2026 softball season. So, again, grab a snack, grab a cold drink, sit down on the couch, and get ready to watch some high school softball live from Smiths Station, Alabama, only on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile!
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long-distance love. For the far-sighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
And welcome back into Smiths Station for the Slim Chicken Smiths Station Game of the Week. The Smiths Station Panthers hosting Lee Scott Academy in their final home game of the season. And it's senior night. Time to pay homage to the 5 young ladies who are playing their final home game here at Smiths Station on the softball field. So, again, I am Ricky Rogers. Welcome into our coverage of Smiths Station softball. We thank our presenting sponsors, as always, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC just up the road in Opelika, Coca-Cola, Houston Sports Clinic, and Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Senior festivities are beginning now, so we're going to take just a moment and let you hear from the PA announcer. doesn't seem like we are going to pick up the PA audio, but the first senior presented today was number 3, Chloe Johnson. Currently on the field is number 34. That is Mackenzie Lester. And that was number 34, Mackenzie Lester, with a beautiful message for her family, for teammates, her good friends, and her coaches. Next up will be number 17, Corbin Missildine.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for the ability to play softball. I'd also like to thank my coaches for putting their time and effort into teaching me this sport. Then I want to thank my family for always being there for me. Lastly, I want to thank my teammates for always supporting and encouraging me. 17 out.
And that was number 17, Corbin Missildine, with a very short and sweet message, again, to her family, her friends, her teammates, and to her coaches. And next up, taking the field now, number 9, Libby Parkman, escorted by her mother and her father and her sister. She is now about to be presented with her senior gift.
It's hard to believe it is almost time to graduate. The past 6 years have brought me some of my best friends and memories. I want to start off by thanking God for blessing me with the ability to play softball, the people in my life because of it, and the support system that has always been behind me. I want to thank my family for always being present in everything I do. Thank you for the countless rides, tournaments, laughs, and cries they carried me through. I want to thank my coaches for believing in me and demonstrating leadership daily. I want to thank my teammates for making me laugh, correcting me when I'm wrong, and for lifelong friendships and memories. I love y'all and go Panthers.
And that is Libby Parkman. And the final senior to take the field will be number 16, Hayden Suggs, accompanied by her parents. She's now going to be presented her senior gifts at center field.
Being a part of this softball program has shaped who I am, not just as a player, but as a person. Every practice, every game, every early morning and late night has been worth it because of the people I've shared it with. To my coaches, thank you for pushing me to be my best, even on the days I didn't think I had anything left to give. You believed in me, challenged me, and helped me grow both on and off the field. To my teammates, you're more than just teammates, you're family. We've laughed together, struggled together, and celebrated together. I will never forget the memories we've made or the bond we share. And to my family, thank you for everything. For the rides, the support, the encouragement, and for always being there no matter what. I wouldn't be here without you. Softball has given me so much, and I'm forever grateful for every moment. Number 16, out.
And that was number 16, Hayden Suggs, as again she thanked her teammates, her parents, her coaches. And now it's time to hear a message from the coach.
And it never went unnoticed. I'm incredibly proud of you, and I truly thank you for the legacy you leave behind. As you move forward, keep that same toughness, heart, and belief in yourself. Your best is still ahead of you, whether it's playing in college or pursuing your dream career. Give it your all. On behalf of all the coaches, thank you, class of 2026. Let's give one more round of applause to all our seniors. Let's go, Panthers.
And that is going to conclude the senior night festivities. I thought it was a great touch that the Smiths Station team presented Lee Scott seniors with a flower, show of great sportsmanship and love of this game. So we are going to take just a few minutes to let you hear from our sponsors. And when we return, we'll have the starting lineups for today's game between the Smiths Station Panthers and Lee Scott Academy. We'll be back in just a few minutes. If I can talk, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Keep it locked in right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back into a slightly overcast 83-degree Smiths Station High School. We are over just down the road from the actual high school at the baseball softball complex, where the Panthers are getting ready to take the field in hosting Lee Scott Academy. We again are just got finished honoring the seniors, 5 young ladies from the Smiths Station softball team that are taking the field here at Smiths Station for the final time, not only for this season, but for their softball career. So congratulations to these young ladies, and good luck in the future from all of us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I want to thank you all for joining us today. I'm Ricky Rogers. I am thrilled to be here on an overcast day that, you know, I didn't know if we were going to get it played, but the coaches worked their tails off on this field, and the field looks great. We are just about ready to play some softball. So it is time to run through our starting lineups for the day. We'll start with the defensive alignment for the Smiths Station Panthers. Starting in left field, number 17, Corbin Missildine gets the start today for the Panthers. In center field will be number 16, Hayden Suggs. And in right, number 8, Sydney Morris. Starting on my left side of the infield, third base, number 19 will be Brooke Norred. At shortstop, number 34, Mackenzie Lester. At second base, number 1, Peyton Huckelba. And over at first base will be number 18, Courtney Allen. Behind the plate for the Panthers today will be number 25, Lindsey Mounts. She'll be getting pitches from number 4, Chloe Johnson, starting in the circle today for the Panthers. Again, like I said earlier, it's not been the season that either of these teams wanted to have, with the Warriors from Lee Scott coming in with a overall record of 15-13, 3-3 in Area 6, 3A Area 6. The Panthers coming in overall 12-11, so just one game above 500. They were hoping to move that up to 2 today. 1-5 in AHSAA 7A Area 4 action. Just lost some key games there. A couple of those games were decided by 2-3 runs. In a couple of games, they were clearly overmatched. But, again, a building program, a program that is – Smith Station is always going to field a competitive team in just about every sport. So, again, pitching for Smith Station today – in the circle is going to be Chloe Johnson. Chloe Johnson's going to come in today with a 2-1 record at 3.96 ERA, entering today in 5 appearances. She has pitched 17.2 innings, given up 21 hits, 24 runs over those 17.2 innings. Only 10 of those have been earned. 9 walks in the season, 7 strikeouts. So, again, the Panthers looking to build a program, but they today are going to honor their seniors, and Chloe Johnson will be in the circle for them. So the coaches are meeting with the umpires at home plate. We're going to take a quick break to let you hear from Slim Chickens, who is the proud sponsor of the Smith Station Game of the Week. And when we return, we will run down the batting order for the Lee Scott Warriors here at Smith Station. Again, keep it locked in right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Welcome back into the Slim Chickens Smith Station Game of the Week. I am Ricky Rogers, and I thank you for joining me today for some high school softball here live from Smith Station. The batting order for the Lee Scott Warriors. Center fielder Carly Baker will start off, lead off for the Warriors, followed by second baseman Rayleigh Langford. Hitting in the 3-hole will be the catcher Kenzie Johnson. Cleanup, designated player Maddie Dunham. Batting fifth, third baseman Wesley Crocker. Batting sixth, the pitcher working in the circle for the Warriors today will be Addison Mezek. Batting seventh, shortstop, number 8, Sydney Dunlap. Batting eighth will be number 14, Lainey Payne, playing right field. Batting ninth will be Sarah Caroline Joyner, the first baseman, and the flex player today, number 21, Chloe Castro in left field. And I do just want to correct the name of the third baseman. It's Wesley Kate Crocker. And I apologize for not being able to read my own handwriting there in my scorebook. So they are now about to announce the Smith Station starting lineup. We'll do the anthem, and this game will be ready to get underway. I do see some green stuff on the radar, hoping that is going to stay well away from us long enough for us to get this game underway. and allow these two teams to close out, allow Smith Station to close out their home slate. That's number 19, Brooke Nord, taking the field. Junior and one of the leaders on this Smith Station team. Courtney Allen taking the field now for Smith Station. Again, senior taking the field, Mackenzie Lester. This Smith Station team is led offensively by Peyton Huckleby, comes in today batting an astonishing 600 average, 5 plate appearances, 4 runs scored, 3 hits, including 2 doubles. So she is clearly the hot bat right now. Some other offensive leaders, Brooke Norred, batting 500 with 31 plate appearances on the season. And we are going to hear the anthem, so we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back with softball live from Smith Station, only on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for softball here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The Panthers have taken the field. Lee Scott's grabbing the bats, and we are ready to get underway. Warm-up tosses from Smith Station pitcher Chloe Johnson about to commence. She'll be throwing again to her battery mate, Lindsay Mounts, her catcher for today. So Lee Scott is going to start off with Carly Baker. Batting leadoff, and Carly Baker played in 19 games for the Warriors this season, 60 at-bats, comes in with a .467 batting average. 28 hits on the year, 25 runs, 23 RBI. She's got 6 doubles, 5 triples, and 1 bomb. So, dangerous hitter to start the game off against Chloe Johnson. And I'm trying to play a little with our camera angle. Certainly not an ideal setup here at Smith Station. See, both corners are in for Baker. Baker playing center field for the Warriors today. First pitch down and away for ball number 1. That one driven deep to right field, just down the first base line, gets behind the right fielder, and Baker rounding second. She's going to arrive safely at third to lead off this game with a triple. Carly Baker comes up big for her Lee Scott Warriors. Second baseman Rayleigh Langford coming to the plate. Langford comes in with a .441 average, 59 at-bats on the year. She's got 10 RBIs, and she is hoping to make that number 11 right here. First pitch from Johnson in for a strike, called strike 1. Just misses for ball number 1 from Johnson. Smiths Station in their signature whites with black pinstripe. Panthers stretched across the chest. Johnson delivers that one inside and off the plate for ball number 2. Lee Scott comes in with white pants, navy tops, red LSA across the chest. Several of their players wearing old school stirrups. That one hammered at the shortstop, gets past her, and Lee Scott is on the board. Just 2 batters into this game. And that's going to bring up Kenzie Johnson, the catcher. We're going to put that down as an E6 on that last play. Johnson delivers first pitch to Kenzie Johnson, and it is in for a ball. And the first out of the game made, 6-3 put out. It's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Maddie Dunham, designated player. Where's number 23? Right-handed batter will step in to face Chloe Johnson. And first pitch from Johnson in for strike number 1. I don't know if you hear the Smiths Station coach calling out, I'm guessing pitching signs. That one in just about let her high, a little high for the home plate umpire's liking. And he calls that a ball. So 1-1 count now on cleanup hitter, designated player Maddie Dunham from Lee Scott. The pitch from Johnson, and she hits her. Dunham's going to take off down to first base. Still only 1 down here in the top half of the first inning. Wesley Kate Crocker coming to the plate. Third baseman for the Warriors, wearing double zeros. A swing and a miss. A nice pitch from Johnson. Crocker just unable to catch up to it. Pitch from Johnson. Put on the ground to the shortstop. It's going to throw to first and get the out at first for 2 outs here in the top half of the first. Going to bring the Lee Scott pitcher, Addison Mezek, to the plate. She's going to come to the plate to see if she can help her own calls. 2 ducks on the pond here, runner at second and third. First offering from Johnson comes in a little high and off the plate for ball number 1. 1-0 count now on Mezek. Pitch from Johnson. Hit up the middle into center field. It's going to roll. Going to score 1, and they are going to hold Dunham up at third base. Lee Scott now with a 2-0 lead here at Smith Station. Runners at the corners now, first and third base. Now I am calling the game, producing the game, trying to keep a scorebook. So if you hear me pause for just a moment, you're not having audio issues. I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row. Johnson offers to Sidney Dunlap, the shortstop. Just misses. You hear the Smith Station faithful letting Johnson know that was a nice pitch. Just did not get the call from home plate umpire. Popped up into center field. Diving catch made by the center fielder, Hayden Suggs, a senior honored just a few minutes ago, coming out and showing out here on Senior Day from Smith Station. That's the end of the top half of the first inning. Lee Scott with a 2-0 lead here at Smith Station. Keep it locked in right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the bottom half of the first inning and the Panthers at the plate.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Welcome back in here to Smith Station. I am Ricky Rogers, here to bring you coverage of the Smith Station Panthers hosting the Lee Scott Warriors here on Senior Night, live from Smith Station. Panthers have grabbed their bats, surrendered 2 runs in the top half of the first inning. They're going to look to come back to the plate and get those runs back, and maybe just a few more. So that error killed Smith Station, with Rayleigh Langford scoring the second run for Lee Scott. Error, just misfielded ball by the Smith Station shortstop. In the circle for Lee Scott, it's going to be Addison Mezek, the pitcher. Her first offering to Sydney Morris in for ball number 1. And she misses again to move to a 2-0 count here on Smith Station right fielder Sydney Morris. Way inside on that one for ball number 3. Morris way ahead in the count. I'm sure she will probably keep the bat on her shoulder here. She does, and gets ball number 4 and will take first base. So Smith Station with the base runner already in this game. Brooke Norrid up, the third baseman for Smith Station. And her first offering from Mezek is in for a strike. And the Panthers just doubled up on that pop. Okay. getting I believe the base umpire called interference on a pop fly caught by the pitcher to retire the batter, but the runner, Sydney Morris, at first is able to stick around on first base. One down here in the bottom half of the first inning. Swung on a missed. Big cut from Lindsey Mounts, the catcher for Smiths Station. Mezek offers chopped foul. That hit in fair territory and really spun off of the line into foul territory. So 0-2 count now on the Smiths Station backstop. Runner at first looks like she is just itching to take off. We'll see if she gets the sign to run here with the 2 strikes on Mounts. Pitch from Mezek off the plate for ball number 1. If you come out and get 2 strikes rather quickly, you definitely don't want to lose them. Square to bunt, pulls back, and takes strike 3 right down the middle of the plate. That is a strikeout. Courtney Allen up now, the first baseman for the Panthers. She takes strike 1 from Mezek. 2 down now here in the bottom half of the first inning from Smiths Station. Mezek winds and delivers. Ball sails high for ball number 1. 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Pitch from Mezek. And for a strike. I felt like that ball came in just a little high. Now it's a good time to remind you about our friends at Gordy Eye Care. Swung on and popped foul in back over to the third base dugout. So Allen battling now to try to keep the Panthers alive here in the first. 1 runner on. Allen can tie this game with the swing of the bat. That's going to be a foul ball. She didn't get the bat down. Allen comes in with a .500 batting average, 22 at bats, and 11 hits on the season. That one hit her, and she will take first base. That'll bring up Mackenzie Lester, the shortstop for Smiths Station. She's going to step in and try to be the hero here. Lester entering today with a .273 batting average. 3 RBIs on the season. She's got 6 hits in 22 ABs. If there's ever a time to swing and connect, it's right now, as there are 2 Panthers on the bags, ready to go on contact with 2 down. Fouled up high behind us. And Lester quickly in an 0-2 hole here to Mezek. Mezek gets her sign. She winds, delivers, hammered down the third baseline, but foul. Out of play over the fence surrounding the Smiths Station softball field. 0-2 count now on Lester. Mezek fires off the plate and high for ball number 1. 1-2 count now. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. And the Panthers are retired with 2 left on base and down 2-0. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second inning, top of the second inning action from Smith Station. Lee Scott Academy at the plate when we return.
A strong workout means a strong recovery. And with your Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to 6 new amenities, like the Red Light Sauna and Polar Dry Plunge, both designed to reduce muscle soreness and relieve tension. Reset, restore, and recover your muscles so you can do it all again tomorrow.
You gotta try this.
Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $24.99 a month.
New Black Card Spa amenities. Even stronger value. Deal ends May 15th.
And we are back here from Smith Station. I am working to get this camera unfrozen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I apologize for the camera freezing. Hopefully that issue is fixed, and we won't have any other issues for the remainder of this game. Lee Scott went down without scoring in that half of the inning. So the Panthers have grabbed the bats and are looking to put some runs on the board. Be starting with Chloe Johnson, who is the pitcher for Smiths Station. She will be stepping up to the plate first for the Panthers. And still in the circle for Lee Scott, it's going to be Addison Mezek. There's a strike, first pitch, hit hard, but right at second baseman Peyton Huckelbaugh. Excuse me, it was hit towards second baseman Rayleigh Langford. And that will bring senior left fielder Corbin Missildine to the plate. No better time to make some noise with your bat than on your own senior night. You get 4 years to a program, and you come down to your final home game, you definitely want it to be a fireworks kind of night. And Missildine way ahead in the count now, 2-0. I am working on getting the scoreboard corrected. Two-one count now on Missildine. All right, folks, we should be good to go now. Thank you for your patience as we had just a few technical issues. On the 3-1 pitch, Missildine takes ball 4 and will take her place down the first baseline with a base on balls in the scorebook. That's going to bring second baseman Peyton Huckelby to the plate, who takes strike 1 from Mezek. Swung on, popped into shallow left field. The catch is made. And Missildine stays put at first base, as that ball wasn't really hit deep enough to advance her. Smiths Station now with 2 outs on the inning. It's going to bring up another senior center fielder who made that incredible catch in the first inning, diving catch in center field. She takes the first pitch from Mezek and pops it foul back over the third base dugout. Suggs will definitely be in the running for our Houlihan's highlight of the week, as well as our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game that we'll name at the conclusion of the game. 1-1 count now on Suggs. Reached out, popped it just right up the middle, and she's going to advance the runner and arrive safely at first base. And we are now back to the top of the lineup for Smiths Station, with right fielder Sydney Morris taking her place at the plate, hoping she could put the ball somewhere in a gap and Smiths Station can get on the board and start closing this gap with Lee Scott. Lee Scott leading at this point in the bottom of the second with a score of 2-0. Swung on, hit hard right at the shortstop, who's going to turn, flip the ball to second base, and retire the Panthers in the bottom half of the second inning. It's senior night here in Smiths Station, and we will return in just a few minutes for top half of the third with Lee Scott Academy at the plate. Keep it right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Perdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back into Smiths Station, top of the third inning. In the batter's box for Lee Scott, Kenzie Johnson, who grounded out to shortstop in her first at bat in the first inning. She's down on an 0-1 count. She hammers it to shortstop. Shortstop fields the ball down on her knees, makes the throw across the diamond to first base, and just in time to get the out. One down now here in the top half of the third inning. That's going to bring Maddie Dunham, the cleanup hitter. Big hack from the first offering. Could not make contact, and she is now in an 0-1 hole. Beautiful pitch. I think it just off the plate. And the umpire didn't like it enough to call it a strike. So 1-1 count now with one down. Wound up in the pitch. Swung on, popped foul, out of play. I think it landed on top of the Smiths Station dugout. And Dunham finds herself in a 1-2 hole now. Senior pitcher Chloe Johnson in the circle. Swung on and chopped foul. Dunham with a .361 batting average coming into today. 61 at-bats. She has hit 22 of them with 29 RBIs on the season. She leads her team in RBIs. Swung on and missed for strike three. And the Panthers now with two down in the top half of the third inning. Looking to stop the bleeding so they can get in and put bat on ball. To flip the script here on Lee Scott. First pitch from Johnson right down the middle. Beautiful pitch. To Wesley Kate Crocker, third baseman for Lee Scott. That one just off the plate, right where the catcher set up. Doesn't appear that this umpire is going to give anything off the plate, and that one is popped up back behind home plate and out of play. 1-2 count now. The pitch. Swung on, hit right back up the middle, fielded by Johnson, thrown to first base to get the out. Lee Scott goes down 1-2-3 in the top half of the third. Smiths Station still trails 2-0 we're going to take just a few minutes, let you hear from some of our sponsors. Don't forget, visit our friends up at Glenn Smith's Chevrolet. And after you buy that vehicle, give our friends Carol Purdue at Carol Purdue State Farm a call. Carol has sponsored first inning coverage for us all season long, and we can't thank her enough. She's been here from the beginning, and it's partners like Carol Purdue that allows us to come out and present high school athletics to you free of charge and on your iPad, telephone, TV, however you consume Georgia Alabama Sports Live content. We'll be back in just a moment, live from Smiths Station.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
And welcome back into the Slim Chickens Smiths Station Game of the Week. Here live from Smiths Station. I want to thank our friends over at Slim Chickens for coming on board and taking the sponsorship rights to the Russell County and Smiths Station games this coming seasons. We thank them again for becoming a part of our family here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. If you've not had Slim Chickens, do yourself a favor, head over to their location on the 280 bypass and get you some. Good stuff. Bottom half of the third inning, that first pitch hammered but caught in center field, and one quickly retired here in the bottom half of the third inning. It's going to bring up the catcher, Mounts. She swings at the first offering and fouls it back down the first base line. Swung on and popped up again. That one stayed inside the fence, but I think it was just a little close to the fence for the catcher from Lee Scott to actually make a play on it. So it's going to be an 0-2 count now. She's got her bat out to punt. Nope, she hammered it right at the third baseman. She caught it just off the ground. And 2 outs now for the Panthers. Going to bring up first baseman Courtney Allen. Allen made great contact her last at bat. On a couple of foul balls, but eventually was hit with a pitch and took first base, where she was left stranded. And she is quickly out to 1 ball, no strikes. Allen, I believe, is a junior here in the Smiths Station program. Two 0 count now. And she takes one right down the middle for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now Mezek still in the circle for Lee Scott. Ball just off the plate. Hitter friendly count now at 3-1. 2 outs, so you've got to protect the plate right here and try to make something out of nothing if it's anywhere close to the plate. And she does just that. Swung on, dribbled down the third baseline, fielded and thrown to first for out number 3 in the bottom of the third. We will be heading to the top of the 4th when we return. Keep it locked in right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
A strong workout needs a strong recovery. And with your Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to 6 new amenities, like the Red Light Sauna and Polar Dry Plunge, both designed to reduce muscle soreness and relieve tension. Reset, restore, and recover your muscles so you can do it all again tomorrow.
You gotta try this.
Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $24.99 a month.
New Black Card Spa amenities. Even stronger value. Deal ends May 15th.
Welcome back into Smiths Station. Lee Scott with the bats here in the top half of the fourth inning. Rayleigh Langford, the pitcher, Addison Mezek, number 5, stepping to the plate. Going to try to help herself out here, see if she can find something and drive it. Mezek coming in today at .333 average, 66 ABs, 22 hits, 13 RBIs. She has hit 2 home runs on the season, tied with Maddie Dunham for the lead for Lee Scott. She reaches down and grabs one that was probably ball number 2 and is promptly put out 6-3 on the putout in the scorebook. Going to bring up the shortstop, Sydney Dunlap. Dunlap, 241 on the season, 58 ABs, 14 hits, 13 RBI. And she takes ball number 1. Swung on, chop to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it, unable to come up with it to make the play. And Dunlap will be safe at first for Lainey Payne. Payne not having the season she wants, coming in today with a 146 batting average, 41 ABs, 6 hits, and 2 RBI on the season. Swung on, hit right at the shortstop, who flips it to second and gets the out there. The catcher was there to make a backup on the overthrow. She chases her down on the baseline for out number 3, and the Warriors are retired. What a heads-up play. And if you're watching at home, that is exactly why you go down and you back up the first baseman on plays, on throws made to first base. The catcher was right there with a heads-up play, got the ball, chased her down, and got the out for the Panthers. We'll be back in just a moment here live from Smiths Station on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back into Smiths Station. We are currently at Georgia Alabama Sports Live working on our replay capabilities for the start of next school year. At this point in time, I wish I had that capability today to show you the sequence of events that ended that inning as Smiths Station catcher Lindsey Mounts heads up play down to back up the throw to first base from the second baseman and trying to turn a double play. She overthrew it. The catcher was right there, scooped it up. The base runner rounded first, and the catcher promptly chased her down to record the third and final out of that top half of the fourth inning. So Panthers now with the bats and looking to make some damage, do some damage here to Lee Scott. First pitch from Mezek is taken for a strike. Which made hard contact, hit it right up to the fence. That was senior Mackenzie Lester, shortstop, who's made several heads-up plays in the field today. Pretty close to finding pay dirt over that yellow line. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Chloe Johnson, another senior for Smith Station. Johnson thought about swinging, but got her back in time. 2-0 count now. That one well off the plate for ball number 3. And Mezek finally finds pay dirt. If you're able to see the scoreboard here, I believe they've got the count wrong. That one chopped hard. Finds a gap between second and first base. And the senior pitcher for Smith Station is going to find herself standing at first base safely and trying to help herself out. She is a base runner, something they've not had much of here at Smith Station today. She's going to get a courtesy runner. The courtesy runner for Smith Station is going to be Malin Bailey. And at the plate, we're going to have Corbin Misseldine, left fielder for the Panthers. Misseldine, a 364 average coming in today. She chops that one into no man's land. They didn't know whether they were going to be able to field it or not. The runner held up, and as a result, she is thrown out at second after the ball dropped and was picked up and thrown into second base. So Misseldine stands in safely at first, but the courtesy runner that came in for Chloe Johnson is now back on the bench, retired, and they are now 2 down now for Smith Station here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The pitch for Mezek right down the middle, beautiful pitch, and in for strike number 1. Peyton Huckleby here at the plate. Swung on, dropped, hit high and shallow to left field, and left fielder there to make the play to retire the Panthers' efforts in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back in just a moment to kick the 5th inning off with Lee Scott at the plate. Live from Smith Station, only on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
And we are back here live from Smith Station. I just saw number 12, Rayleigh Langford, grab her glove and a catcher to go over to the bullpen to begin warming up. Lee Scott may be considering a change in the circle to start the top half of the 6th inning. I'm sorry, to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Up to the plate now for Lee Scott's going to be Sarah Caroline Joyner. Joyner comes in today with a 239 average, drops a beauty of a bunt, and reaches first base on a bunt single. Just a tremendous bunt, dropped right in front of the plate, was spinning probably 5 miles an hour there in the kind of wet dirt in front of the plate. Catcher and pitcher converged, but not in time to catch up with the speedy Joyner. Joyner appears to be a threat to steal. It's going to bring up Carly Baker, center fielder, to the plate. On the base pass this season, Joyner has 3 stolen bases. Just one off the lead for the entire team. And she's going to add another one, so she'll now be tied for the lead with stolen bases for the Lee Scott Academy Warriors. So runner on second. Two-one count now here on Carly Baker. Pitcher does appear to be a little worried about the base runner. She almost pitched that one out in an attempt to try to catch her stealing. 3-1 count now, hitters count. Catcher sets up just off the plate. Umpire has not given that pitch at all today. Debatable whether or not he should be giving it, but the catcher set up perfectly, and the pitch hit the catcher right in the mitt, just off the plate. And Lee Scott now with runners at first and second. First pitch from Johnson in for ball number 1. This is Rayleigh Langford, who was out warming up her arm before her AB. She swung on, driven between the shortstop and third base on the ground. Base runners rounding. She is going to score. Number 3, Sarah Caroline Joyner, who reached base on that beautiful bunt. Instead of coming home to try to get her, they went to second base in an attempt to get Carly Baker, and they were unable to do so. So runners still at first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Beautiful pitch for a strike. Carly Baker down at second base. Came way off the bag there. I'm honestly kind of shocked they didn't try to make a play. That looked to be a nice pitch, and home plate umpire apparently did not think so. Pitch, another one popped straight up to the circle. Infield fly. Batter is automatically out on that play. And the Panthers get an all-important out as they hope to limit the damage from the Warriors. But they're going to have to do so with Maddie Dunham at the plate. Dunham has done quite a bit of damage at the plate this season for the Warriors. 2 home runs, 4 doubles, 29 RBIs on the season. She's hoping to make that 31 with these 2 runners on base. 22 hits and 61 ABs. Dunham stands in, awaiting the pitch. She gets a strike, swings, and pops it foul back behind the first base stands to even the count at 1-1. Dunham does lead the Lee Scott team in RBIs. That one comes in low, and she goes down and gets it, hammers that ball into left center field. And the Warriors going to tack one more on to take a 4-0 lead here. And they're going to be set up with runners at the corners. Dunham stands in at first base, adding to her team leading 29 RBIs. Smiths Station's coach is going to take a trip out to the circle, and he is going to take the ball from senior Chloe Johnson, who has done a tremendous job today. She's put the ball where she needed to. And they are going to bring in number 0, Kayla Fuller. Will stand in the circle for the Panthers to try to stop the bleeding here. Down 4 runs. We're going to step away while Miss Fuller warms up. Keep it locked in for the conclusion of this game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back in just a moment.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
And we are back live in Smiths Station. New pitcher on for the Panthers. It's number 0, Kayla Fuller. I cannot find stats for her for previous appearances this season. She has played in 4 games. She's made 3 plate appearances. Is actually batting .500. I'm going to assume that she may be a younger player. That one popped up and caught in foul territory for out number 2. Fuller comes in and gets a much-needed quick out for the Panthers. This being the first Smiths Station game softball game I've called this year. I'm not really familiar with all of their players, but Fuller looks to be a pretty good pitcher. She sends that one in for strike number 1. With runners on the corners and Smiths Station trailing 4-0, they need a quick out here, and that one hammered foul out to an 0-2 count on Addison Mezek. Her counterpart actually for Lee Scott. Mezek started today in the circle for Lee Scott. I don't know if she will come back out and take the circle as they were warming an arm up when the inning change happened. That one comes in low, swung on high into deep left field, and the play is made by Missildine to end the inning and the threat from Lee Scott. Lee Scott puts 2 on the board, but they strand 2 and take a 4-0 lead into the bottom half of the 5th inning. We'll be back in just a moment here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Listen up. This isn't some fast food nonsense. Our kitchen runs full tilt because shortcuts, not our thing. Those jar desserts, made by hand. Our cayenne ranch doesn't make itself. Our tenders are real tenderloin. Not like the other guys. Nope. We put the work in early. We brine. We buttermilk. We hand bread. Our cooked to order tenderloins rule the roost. It's real. Handmade.
Welcome back in to senior night here at Smiths Station for Panther softball. Panthers trail Lee Scott Academy by 4 runs. Still a manageable game for the Panthers. And Hayden Suggs is going to come to the plate, who reached on a hard ground ball up the middle in her first and only plate appearance today. Suggs is playing center field and made a beautiful play in the first inning to sit Lee Scott down, a diving catch. Suggs honored pregame as a senior on this team, 1 of 5. And again, we want to congratulate these seniors on a job well done. 4 years with this program. And I am sure they are leaving the program better than they found it. here at Smiths Station. First pitch in for a ball. That one popped up on the infield. Third baseman there to make the play. And Suggs is retired. Sydney Morris, right fielder, is going to come up to the plate wearing number 8. She is the leadoff hitter for Smiths Station. And she quickly fouls one into the dirt right at home plate and is down in the count 0-1. Lee Scott did replace their pitcher. They ended up bringing Riley Langford into the circle. Another one fouled in the dirt right at the plate. Langford comes in with a 2.81 ERA, 6 wins and 4 losses on the season in 13 appearances. She's got 1 save on the season. 57.1 innings pitched. That one just chopped out to second base. Second baseman comes in and quickly retires Sydney Morris. That'll bring third baseman Brooke Norred up to the plate. Norred, first hit on the day, sends it into left field. The left fielder, actually I believe, the left fielder comes in to make the play and actually just overruns the ball. But Norred stands in at first base safely to give Smiths Station a base runner here late in the 5th inning. Panthers trail by 4 and have 2 outs in this inning that bring up Lindsey Mounts, the catcher, who made that heads-up play to end last inning, backing up and a throw at first base, and she got the overthrow and ran the base runner down in the baseline, applied the tag, and got the Panthers out of the inning. Again, that's one we will definitely be turning in to be a possible Houlihan's highlight of the week. 1-1 count now on the batter, Lindsey Mounts, the catcher for Smiths Station. Another one fouled back. Mounts comes in today with a .500 batting average, 30 plate appearances, 15 hits, 16 RBIs. She's got 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run on the season, so she can do some damage if she gets a pitch to hit. She gets one high and sends it up foul. I believe it went up over behind the home plate. I kind of lost it, which isn't great from my viewpoint as my head is fairly large and will take a softball to the top of it. Would not be fun. 1-2 count now. Swung on, fouled into the backstop again. Mounts up, just battling right here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down, and she doesn't want to let her teammates down. She is battling all that she can there in the batter's box. And she watches strike 3 come. Beautiful pitch from Rayleigh Langford to end the 5th inning for the Panthers. Lee Scott, needs 6 outs to close this game out and to take a win with them into their last game of the season, which will be played tomorrow. We'll be back with top of the 6th action live from Smiths Station on the Slim Chickens Smiths Station Game of the Week here only on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back in the Slim Chicken Smith Station Game of the Week. Senior night live from Smith Station. I'm Ricky Rogers, thrilled to be bringing you all the action here from Smith Station. Smith Station changed their pitcher last inning, brought in number 0, Kayla Fuller, to the circle. She has just completed her warm-up tosses and is ready to kick off the 6th inning here at Smith Station, and what is the last home game of the season for the Panthers. They currently trail Lee Scott by a score of 4-0. Lee Scott put 2 on the board in the first, 2 on the board in the 5th. Other than that, it's been a pretty clean game. That one hit high into shallow left field, and Missildine there to make the play to get the quick first out of the 6th inning. Panthers really need to retire Lee Scott quickly and without any more damage. Elaney Payne comes to the plate, right fielder. She hammers that one down the first base line, stays fair, and will arrive safely at first base. And that's going to bring Sarah Caroline Joyner to the plate. Joyner speedy, reached base on what was just a magnificent bunt last inning. She actually scored one of the 2 runs scored in the 5th. Swung on and missed. Fuller just delivered a beauty of a pitch. But Joyner put down a bunt that just died in that wet dirt there in front of home plate. And it died on the ground, but it kept spinning. They picked it up, and she was just too quick to get the out at first. Fuller with a delivery in the ground, or in the dirt, low. The catcher fields and makes a throw down to first, not in time to get the runner who was well off the bag. One ball, one strike now, with 1 out. That one chopped to third. Third baseman in, makes the play at first, but a runner stands in safely at second base. And Smith Station with 2 down here in the 6th inning. It's going to bring up the left-handed center fielder, Carly Baker, to the plate. Baker led off this game with a triple. Just pure hustle and a nice hit, nice placement on the hit. She was able to get around the bases pretty quickly. That ball down and away. 2 balls, no strikes here on the leadoff hitter for Lee Scott. There were 2 outs. Smith Station looking to try to get out of this inning with no damage. It's another pitch where the catcher set up in a great spot. The ball was thrown to that spot, and the umpire just did not give that call. Some umpires will reward a well-placed pitch, even if it just skims the outside of the plate. This umpire does not appear to be one of them, and hoping that the pitchers will take note that he's just not going to give them that call. But Fuller battling back, 2 strikes in a row to drive the count full, a count that was at 1.3-0. She claws her way back into it, and the payoff pitch. Whoa. Beautiful pitch from Fuller. Not called a strike. And you hear the bleacher umpires starting up, while Baker stands in down at first base on the walk. So runners at first and second for Lee Scott. Again, Smith Station wants to get out of this inning with no damage. Standing in the way is the young lady who was brought in to pitch for the Warriors, Rayleigh Langford, who has had a decent day reached on an E6 in her first plate appearance. Not afraid to make contact. Langford entering today with a .441 batting average, 59 ABs, 26 hits. And Kayla Fuller is promptly in a 3-0 hole. And she walks the bases loaded. Catcher and shortstop going to come in. Third baseman's going to enter the fray, and they're going to have a conversation with their pitcher. Fuller has looked brilliant in several of the ABs I've watched. I don't know if it's a thing with runners on base that maybe kind of irks her a little bit, or not getting calls from the umpire that she believes she should have, but kind of came unglued with these last two batters. We'll see if she can't rally right here with some words of encouragement from her teammates to get this batter. This is Kinsey Johnson, the catcher. She has grounded out to shortstop twice today, and that's what Smiths Station's hoping for, easy ground ball. But first pitch to Johnson from Fuller was in for a ball. That one swung on and missed to even the count at 1-1. The pitch from Fuller down the middle, hit hard and drops in shallow right field. The throw made from the right fielder, not in time, but a heads-up play by the catcher again. Mounts throws down to get the runner trying to advance to second. She is tagged out sliding, but not before the Warriors put another run on the board. And Smiths Station running out of opportunity here to get back into this game. We'll be back to see what they are able to muster up in the bottom half of the sixth in just a moment, here only on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back in here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're about to begin the bottom half of the sixth inning, the Smiths Station half. They will lead off with Courtney Allen in the box to try to do some damage elsewhere in the area and being covered by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Pacelli battling Strong Rock on their senior night for an opportunity to sneak into the GIAA baseball playoffs. Also, the Columbus Lions Coaches Show from Poor Decisions will air this evening. Thrift Behringer there will talk with Coach Damian Daniels, the Nighthawk, about the success the Lions have seen so far early in this season. The Lions getting ready to play in the Columbus Civic Center Saturday evening, Educator Night. They're offering discounted tickets to educators, and they will have local musician A.J. Robinson there to do the anthem and the halftime show. A.J. Robinson made it pretty far on The Voice this season before going home, but still revered and loved here in the Chattahoochee Valley. So get your tickets. You can go to the Civic Center box office, save a little money if you buy directly from the box office. First pitch in from Langford, in for a strike. That one there came in a little high, and it's even the count at 1-1. Courtney Allen stands in, hits it hard, just past the third baseman's glove, and Allen is going to arrive at first base safely. Panthers in business here in the bottom of the sixth inning. They've just got to make contact and get runners around the bases to save face here on senior night. Mackenzie Lester, the shortstop, 5-hole hitter, coming to the plate now. Actually, I believe she was moved from shortstop when Chloe Johnson came out of the game, but she started the game at shortstop. She lays down a bunt. Beautiful sacrifice bunt. Courtney Allen almost caught sleeping, but back to second base in time. So Lester retired on the sacrifice bunt, did her job, moved her runner up, and that's going to bring the senior, number 4, Chloe Johnson, started the game for the Panthers in the circle. I believe she moved out to shortstop after she came out, and potentially her last at bat here as a Panther on her home field. We'll see what she's able to get off of Rayleigh Langford, the pitcher for Lee Scott Academy. First pitch is fouled into the backstop. 0-1 count now, and there is one down. Langford gets her sign. She rocks, fires, delivers inside for ball number 1. Johnson among 5 young ladies honored pregame, celebrating their senior season. That one hit high in foul territory, and it drops fair. And they made an attempt to get Allen. She kept going into third base. There was a collision at third base. The ball went out of play, and I believe that means Johnson should be awarded home plate. I guess the ball did not go out of play. So, however, during the fray, Chloe Johnson moved up to second base, so double play taken away. And Langford delivers first pitch ball to number 17, Corbin Misseldine, another senior here on the Smiths Station team. Misseldine takes ball number 2. Heads up play by Courtney Allen as she slid into third base. She was not going to allow the third baseman. That one hit almost a catch by a parent in the stands, but they dropped it just at the last minute. 2-1 count, but Allen was not going to give up any ground to the third baseman for Lee Scott, as she absolutely did not have to. She's entitled to the base path. And she went in hard in a little bit of a collision. The pitch popped up on the infield and caught for out number 2. Langford out of the circle to make that catch. Peyton Huckleby now. Second baseman is going to step in to the batter's box, see what she's able to muster here with 2 down. In the 6th inning. Langford winds and fires. Inside, off the plate, ball 1. Smiths Station running out of opportunities here to plate some runs. Going to need a good base hit here with an opportunity to score 2. Chloe Johnson down at second base, getting well off the bag. with each pitch, so she is raring to go with 2 outs. They'll be running on contact in hopes to plate 2. And there's contact. Hit into the gap in center field. Center fielder over. She makes the catch to end the threat from the Panthers in the 6th inning. Panthers down to 3 outs to claw their way back into this game. Kayla Fuller coming back out of the dugout to take the circle for the Panthers. She'll take some warm-up pitches. We'll take a break. Keep it locked in. Thank you to our presenting sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Houston Sports Clinic, Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, and, of course, Coca-Cola. Thank you. They make all of our coverage on Georgia Alabama Sports Live possible as we try to cover every high school athlete in the Chattahoochee Valley. We'll be right back in just a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And we're back from Smiths Station, probably one of the most dangerous hitters in the Lee Scott lineup. Maddie Dunham steps into the box to face Kayla Fuller, who starts Dunham off with a strike and puts her in an 0-1 hole here in the top half of the 7th inning on senior night at Smiths Station. Again, seniors honored pregame here. 5 young ladies who are playing their last game at home here for the Panthers. The Panthers are actually scheduled to travel to Auburn tomorrow. That one hit high into center field. Suggs unable to make the diving catch that she did in the 1st inning of the game, so Dunham will take her place at first base. Panthers are scheduled to conclude their season at Auburn on May the 2nd at 10 a.m. Meanwhile, Lee Scott still has 2 more games on May 1st and May 4th. They'll host Glenwood, who is their arch rival, on May 1st. And they will travel to Glenwood on May 4th to conclude their season. Got Wesley Kate Crocker now at the plate, swung on and missed for strike number 1. Lee Scott sent number 21, Chloe Castro, out to run for Dunham. Swung on, driven into shallow left field. A play unable to be made. And Lee Scott, with runners at 1st and 2nd and nobody out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Mistledine ran in to try to make that play, but unable to come up with the softball there. Fuller has the ball. Winds, rocks, fires, delivers, and a beautiful pitch for a strike just above the knees of the batter, Addison Mezek, who started the game for Lee Scott in the circle. Fuller delivers just a bit low to even the count at 1-1. Still nobody out. But all of us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live want to say congratulations and good luck to the seniors from Smiths Station. That one hammered foul down the 3rd base line to run the count to 1-2. Senior year's a great time, full of memories, and for athletes, full of a ton of emotion as they deal with, some may not be going to the next level to play this game, and it's the actual last time they will take the field in their sport that they obviously grew to love. That one popped foul, and first baseman Courtney Allen in to make a beautiful catch for the first out of the inning. Allen hustled in all the way from first and called off her catcher and pitcher, both coming in to make that play. Both runners stayed put on the catch. And Fuller with her delivery high and outside for ball number 1. But we definitely want to send our congratulations and appreciation for allowing us to cover you throughout your years in each of the programs you've played in. And little umpires are going to have to meet to discuss. First baseman made the catch. They're going to call a foul ball, saying that Allen dropped it. I don't know that she dropped it. She had her glove on the ground, and I didn't see a ball roll out. Lee Scott, first base coach. Lee Scott coach was there to plead the case that she dropped it. So, again, just one down. That one's a foul ball. It's a 1-1 count. And those are the kind of plays that just you got to have. Swung on and missed for strike 2. One, 2 count now with one down. Swung on, hit deep into center field. Suggs there to make the play. She catches the ball and fires it into the shortstop to hold the runners at first and second. And Smiths Station now with 2 down here in the top half of the 7th. Swung on, driven foul down the third base line, but hit hard by number 14, Laney Payne, right fielder for Lee Scott. Payne is the one that was chased down in the baseline by Lindsey Mounts, the catcher for Smiths Station, on that beautiful play in the 4th inning. Swung on and missed, strike number 2. And Lee Scott down to 1 out left in this game offensively. Fuller, I don't know if that one slipped out of her hand or what, but it just kind of rolled up to the plate. And that is ball 1, 1-2 count now. And runner thrown out at third base to end the top half of the 7th. And Smiths Station escapes the 7th without another run scoring. We are now headed to the bottom of the 7th, and Smiths Station with just 3 outs to go on senior night to try to claw their way back into this game. We'll be back in just a moment here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
And we are back here live from Smith Station. Bottom of the 7th inning, Smith Station trailing Lee Scott Academy 6-0. Smith Station down to their final 3 outs in an attempt to take a win here on senior night. Taking her place in the batter's box for what's most likely the last time she will hit on this field is senior Hayden Suggs, center fielder, who's made some incredible plays today. Suggs pops that one up on the infield. Shortstop there to make the play, and Suggs is retired. It's going to bring Sydney Morris, right fielder for the Panthers, to the plate. Langford delivers a strike, swung on and fouled off over the Smith Station dugout. And Morris delivers one into the right center gap. She's going to try for 2, and it's an overthrow. Morris slides in safely with a double. Panthers not dead yet. Brooke Norred coming to the plate, third baseman for the Panthers. Just a reminder, we'll be naming our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game at the conclusion of today's game. First pitch to Norred. Popped foul over the third base dugout. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Norred chops one into center field. Unable to be caught. And Norred is going to take second base on that hit. So 2 doubles for the Panthers. It's got runners at second and third now with just 1 down. Fouled off the catcher. This is the catcher, Lindsey Mounts. And you see the camera shaking from just how hard that ball hit. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. That ball lands just off the third base line for foul ball. And that is strike number 2. And now Lindsey Mounts, the catcher for Smith Station, battling at the plate, trying to keep this game alive. That one popped up again, foul and out of play. Mounts still alive at the plate for the Panthers. Mounts will be followed up by Courtney Allen, first baseman for the Panthers, who's had a great day. Hammered foul again. Mounts 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts, but she has done a ton of work defensively for the Panthers. Allen, who is on deck, is 1 for 2 and reached on a hit by pitch in the first inning. That one hit high and into left field. Left fielder on to make the catch. Morris is going to tag, and the Panthers are on the board with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Score's now 6-1 with Lee Scott leading. Courtney Allen's going to take her place at the plate in hopes of extending that lead somewhat. Brooke Norhead stands in down at second base, ready to run on contact with 2 down. If Allen is able to find a gap, Norhead should be able to score as long as the ball touches grass. That one comes in a little high. A 1 count. Allen, I believe, is trying to state that the ball hit her, but the umpire says no, and it's an 0-1 count. Langford finds the outside edge of the plate, and Allen down to her last strike. 0-2 count now, 2 outs. And Allen in the box. Langford gets her sign. Wines fires, delivers. That one fouled back right here where we're at. Takes a bounce on the concrete and goes up into the top bleacher. Allen battling here. 0-2 count. 2 down. If Allen is able to reach, shortstop Mackenzie Lester will come up. That one popped high on the infield and fielded by Langford to end the ball game at 6-1 with a Lee Scott victory here on senior night. Again, at this time, I'm forgetting the result on the field. It's time to honor these 5 young ladies for their commitment and dedication to the Smiths Station softball program. Congratulations to you young ladies. Good luck. You've got Hayden Suggs, Corbin Missildine, Chloe Johnson, I just want to make sure I don't leave anybody out. Chloe Johnson, Corbin Missildine, Mackenzie Lester, Libby Parkman, and Hayden Suggs. Class of 2026 here for the Panthers. Congratulations, young ladies, on a career here at Smiths Station, and good luck in the future from all of us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It is time for us to name our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. And got to give it to center fielder for Lee Scott, Carly Baker. Baker went 2 for 2 today at the plate. Scored 3 runs in the 6-1 score. She contributed 3 runs to the 6 runs scored by Lee Scott. So, Carly Baker, congratulations on winning the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. And that'll do it for us here live from Smiths Station. The Panthers take a loss here on senior night, but they've got one more chance to notch a win, and that will be at Auburn on May the 2nd, as they will travel to Auburn in hopes of notching one more win on the season. The loss puts the Panthers if I can find my paperwork, folks, puts the Panthers at 500, 12-12 on the season. Sorry, folks, we've got somebody yelling behind us, but we are at Panthers are at 500 with a 12-12 record. Lee Scott improves to 16-13 overall, and there's still 2 more games for the Warriors to play. So that'll do it for our coverage here live from Smiths Station. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and watching this game. Apologize again for the early technical difficulties. Hopefully we got a picture and commentary that made that little bit of a glitch worth it. So thanks again for tuning in to Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Special thanks to our sponsors, Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, Coca-Cola, the Houston Clinic, and the original sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, our friends, Glenn Smith, Chevrolet GMC, just up 280 in Opelika. If you are in the market for a new car or truck, give our friends at Glenn Smith a call. Show up and check out their inventory. They'll be happy to help you. That'll do it from Smiths Station. I'm Ricky Rogers. Good night, everybody.